Jonathan Friedel. I'm the Chief of Abdominal Transplant Surgery at Indiana University School of Medicine. This is a comprehensive transplant program, which means that we transplant all the abdominal organs: liver, kidney, pancreas, and intestine. We also uphold all three of the major pillars of the academic mission. We have a very strong clinical program that's recognized internationally. We have a very strong education mission. We certainly work with the medical students and residents and the fellows. We also work with the staff at the hospital system. And we have a research mission, which includes a strong clinical research component, a translational research component, and a very strong basic science research component. What I like most about transplant is the patients. I love the patient interactions, and I find that transplant recipients of all the patients in the entire hospital system tend to be the most grateful lot.
My name is Burçin Ekser. I am an assistant professor of surgery at IU School of Medicine. I also serve as the director of transplant research and direct the xenotransplantation research lab at IU School of Medicine. My first role is being a transplant surgeon, take care of our patients. Every day, only in the United States, 20 people die while they are waiting for a transplantable organ. So the organ shortage is a big problem, not only in the United States, but globally. And then seeing these patients suffer every day, that inspires me to come and help them and then overcome this problem. I am proud of being a part of Division of Transplant Surgery under IU School of Medicine because this program has been a long history for being one of the top clinical transplant program in the United States. Most importantly, we are also very active academic transplant research program, having performed basic and translational science every day to help our patients. In my lab, we are involved in xenotransplantation research, 3D bioprinting of organs, and at the same time, we are trying to understand drug toxicity and drug discovery research.
My name is Shekhar Kubal. I'm the surgical director of the adult liver transplant program at IU School of Medicine. Transplantation is very complex medically and surgically, so really we need to address some of the problems in the lab. So through research, we would be able to improve overall care for our transplant patients. We do translational as well as basic science research in the labs where we are studying common problems like kidney failure in liver transplantation or the liver injury that occurs with liver transplantation. Obtaining NIH funding is not always easy, so these philanthropic gifts are very valuable for our research, not only to continue research but to allow young scientists and surgeons to be able to pursue this path, which is really important to advance the field of transplantation. It's very satisfying to see patients do well and to see them healthy. It's rewarding.
I'm Dr. Richard Shane Mangus. I'm a professor of surgery at Indiana University School of Medicine. I'm the director of intestine transplant program and also the director of the surgical component of the pediatric liver transplant program. I'm inspired every day because I have the opportunity to give people their life back. Many of these patients have terminal diseases, and when we transplant them, they're able to regain their functional status and extend their life. I perform outcomes research. That means we look at the outcomes of every transplant that we do. The database that we've developed contains the records of thousands and thousands of patients. We use that to do analysis, and we take these papers and we present them at national meetings and international meetings. We travel around the world presenting our data, and that improves patient care because then clinicians can use those published results to determine how they're going to make decisions in caring for their patients. Many of the students come to work with us and participate in the analysis and the data collection. They understand the methodology that's required to derive results from our clinical experience. This is very valuable because it turns out the next generation of researchers.
I know of an example of a time when I was called by one of my colleagues that was saying that he had a really tough clinical situation where a patient's life was at risk, and he was flipping through the literature and he came across one of our own publications, and he totally changed his tactic and was able to save a patient's life, and he said it was only because of what we had published. It's extraordinarily important that you figure out the problems, but it's equally as important that you transmit that out to the rest of the transplant community. I think what really makes our team special is how dedicated they are to the clinical mission. I think every single one of the surgeons that works in our group is an outstanding surgeon, and they put in so much extra time and effort. On top of all the time that they spend working on the operations and taking care of the patients afterwards in the clinics, they still find time to educate and to perform research. Every single one of them participates in these missions.